Why am I crying? I'm gonna ruin my makeup. I spent like 45 minutes doing this. Hi guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. I'm sorry that I sound kind of like a man right now slash flight attendant. I am recovering from a cold, but I really wanted to film a video. I haven't sat down and filmed a video in a really long time. I've been vlogging a ton, but I haven't actually sat down and filmed. So that is what I'm doing today. And today I'm going to be talking about how I moved countries by myself at 18 years old, which looking back now is crazy. I'm nearly 21, which is just as crazy. And I know it's me that did it. Like 18-year-old me did that. I just don't know how I did it. At 18, like, it's just crazy to me. The fact that I was able to do something at such a young age. I'm just getting emotional thinking about it. So many people doubted me. I doubted myself. Oh my God, why am I crying? I was not expecting this. I decided to do this in my final year of high school, and that was a really tough year for me. There were definitely some really good highs, but there were also some really low lows, and it took its toll on me emotionally, physically, mentally. I need to stop crying. Why am I crying? I'm gonna ruin my makeup. I spent like 45 minutes doing this. I don't know, I actually don't know why I'm crying right now. I'm just so thankful for myself and like to have the support of you guys and my family and my friends. But there were definitely people that doubted me, and it honestly hurts my heart that there are people out there, some of you guys even, that are watching this that have dreams and goals and you want to do something with your life, and there are people that are stopping you from doing it. And I'm just here to say that you can literally achieve anything. And I'm a mess. I'm not even on my period. I'm ruining my makeup. I'm so mad. I haven't worn makeup in 3 weeks and this is what happened. Wow, I'm gonna have to watch back on this and be like, where did it all go wrong? Because I don't even know what I said just to get me crying. Oh my God, okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Growing up, I remember hearing people say things like, when I'm older, I'm gonna move to America, or when I turn 18, I'm gonna move to London. And I remember just sitting there like, okay guys, just because I knew, like even at that age, 9-10 years old, my parents had done just that. They moved us from England to Australia, and that was like a 2.5 year process to move a family of 7, which I guess is a big family, but to go through that whole process and just get a freaking visa. And so I wasn't naive to the fact that moving countries was like, you know, it's a little difficult. It's not as simple as, you know, packing your American flag, your French fries, and popping on your little red Make America Great Again hat and going to America and just hoping that Cheeto in the White House will love and accept you. It's not that easy. I wish it was. That would be great. But it is achievable. And I am living proof of that. I moved from England to Australia, Australia to Canada. It's like a little triangle, a little Commonwealth love triangle. It definitely wasn't easy, but it's achievable. And honestly, the hardest part was just like actually being there. You've literally uprooted your whole life, but it was honestly the best and most rewarding experience ever. So I guess I'll start from the beginning on how I went about everything. It all began back in October of 2014. I was in my final month of my final year of high school, and at that point I had no plans for the following year. I hadn't applied for university. Like I mentioned, year 12 was a very difficult year, and I just knew that I was done with education for the time being. I wanted a gap year, and so originally I kind of intended on just working for like a good 6, 7, 8, 9 months and then just traveling for the rest. But then my friend Elle, which I don't know if she'll be watching this video, shout out to Elle if she is, she told me about au pairing, which if you're not familiar with the word au pair, it's French and it basically translates to equal to, something equal. And essentially an au pair travels to another country. They live with a host family and they primarily provide childcare, sometimes a little bit of housework, just like odd jobs around the house. And in return, your host family will give you food, your own room, and pocket money a lot of the time. Not every time, but most families, most countries, that's how it goes. Pocket money is like your pay, basically. It's not as substantial as like a regular job's pay would be, just because your board and food is included in that, is subtracted from that. Does that make sense? Moving to another country, it sounds like a dream, but you have to find a job, a place to live, you have to meet people, and au pairing does most of that for you. You just have like that security and that comfort. And so instantly I was like, yes. So I signed up to a website called aupairworld.com. I will have a link to it down below if you guys are interested. A lot of you asked me like what website I went through. Did I go through an agency? I did not. Obviously you have to be a little bit cautious, making sure that they're genuine and real. I had no problems at all. My host family are amazing. And I know like a bunch of other people that also au paired and they went through that website as well. So I created a profile. I talked to a bunch of different families and I came across my Canadian host family, and that was that. Basically by the end of October 2014, I had it set in stone that I was going to be moving to Canada the following year. I got all my paperwork together and I applied for a Canadian visa. And honestly, getting a visa was not nearly as daunting as I thought it would be. Yes, there was a lot of paperwork and it was a very tedious process, but it wasn't as complicated or stressful as I thought it would be. Obviously, this isn't going to be the same for every country. If you're interested in living somewhere like Italy, Germany, that is my phone. I really don't know what the visa process is. That is something that you'll have to do your own research on. I will say, however, look for a Facebook group. That was the best thing I could have ever done. Anytime I had any questions about the visa application, I just made a quick post and people responded. People that had done the application and had been accepted. So oh my god, I just choked on it. So I definitely recommend doing that. I will have a link to the couple of Facebook groups that I joined. Just bear in mind that they are for the Canadian IEC visa. So obviously, if you want to come to Canada, there's the place to go. But if not, then do a quick search. I'm using my hands a lot in this video. Also, I sound like a man. Like, why did I decide to film this? So then came the highly anticipated day, the day that I actually moved to Canada almost 2.5 years ago now, which is crazy. And it was a bad day. It was just a bad traveling experience. I did a full story time video on it if you guys want to check it out. And obviously saying goodbye to my loved ones was really, really difficult. It wasn't until I was at the airport that it actually set in that I'm like literally leaving everything I've ever known and loved to move to a country that I've never ever been to before with no one I've ever really met. I'd also never traveled by myself before. I'd only ever done it with my family. So it was just a lot, but that's the beauty of it. That's exactly why I did it, was to be pushed out of my comfort zone. And homesickness is guaranteed. I don't know anyone that's ever been away from home for an extended period of time and hasn't been homesick. It's just natural. You're gonna miss the people, I think, most importantly, and just the familiarity of everything. Being abroad and being out of my comfort zone, which you don't have to move countries to be out of your comfort zone. That's not what this whole video is about. Whatever it is that you want to do it. If it's scary, if it's out of your comfort zone, that is a bonus. There might be some highs, some lows, you might cry, you might fail, but you are gonna grow so much from that experience. You're gonna find that confidence that you didn't even know you had to keep going, and you're gonna, just do what you love. If you want to move to the other side of the world, do it. Be a Broadway star, create your own app. Like, there are so many possibilities. Everyone has a dream, and I just hope that me sharing my experience and kind of how I went about it. I know this is like a little bit of a like informative video about how I actually went about the whole moving process, but I also just want to get the message out there that you are capable of anything. I mean, within reason, you know, can't be Spider-Man. Within reason, you can do anything you set your mind to. Nothing is stopping you but yourself. People can have their opinions, but ultimately it's your life. You're gonna have to live it. Do you wanna be on your deathbed and be like, oh, I wish when I was 18, 19, 20 years old, I just upped and left and moved to the other side of the world, but I was too scared because I was afraid of what people would think. I was afraid of myself. I mean, listen to me. I'm the voice of reason. You don't want to be on your deathbed and be like, oh, I wish I'd listened to that smileycitrus gal. She knew what she was talking about. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is honestly such a rambly, random video. I had a whole list of things that I was going to talk about, but it also kind of turned into a bit of an inspirational TED talk. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. My final parting message is to, oh, I didn't even think about this. Stay true to you, do what you love, push yourself, and you'll feel the rewards. You really will, man. Like this, what a great life. You only got one. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. I'm sorry it was so rambly, but if you have any questions, feel free to leave them down below. I'm gonna be replying to as many as I can. Make sure to also check out my social media down below. I love you guys, and I will see you in my next video.